Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone's doing wonderfully well this morning. Hmm. So, a few notable earnings, but the big thing is AMD gapping up to the high side, striking a deal with Meta. Meta purchasing AMD chips. Boom, 10% gap up. Interesting that this is happening right ahead of Nvidia earnings tomorrow, so roping in more, more liquidity for the semiconductor space. Makes me super suspect of these Nvidia earnings. I still think Nvidia, if it comes in anywhere near, should have a good reaction, but just never know these days. This market's crazy, crazy, crazy. But very, very strong price action for AMD. Yeah, let's pump it, right? Let's pump it. Gold, silver getting smacked. Gold coming in pretty sharply right now from the highs. You can see it's triggering a bit of a head and shoulders formation there intraday. Silver is going to be probably very similar. Yep, coming in pretty sharply here. Crude oil, another day where crude is strong, just slightly off of the highs. It keeps getting rejected at the 67, but the longer we stay up here and the more it tries to attack that level, you have to think it's going to break out. But waiting on Iran announcement. The time is ticking away. Natural gas, still pretty weak. Gave that big gap up yesterday, or sorry, over the weekend. Has just been faded ever since. I still think nat gas is going to go lower. KEYS, guys, gapping up to the high side here. Parabolic move, top short idea. KEYS. All right, let's take a look at Home Depot. Home Depot. Home Depot. When I was younger as a kid, I didn't realize. I used to say, let's go to Home Depot. Just playing around. Home Depot. Gapping up. 38.2 billion reported. Beating. 272 EPS. That should help XLY a little bit. Ticker CLVT, Clarivate, gapping up, was heading into it pretty oversold. You got into it, guys. INTU also gapping up on earnings. This is a pretty decent sized software IGV component. I think it's about a 4.5% weighting in the IGV. So good to see that not all IGV stocks are getting decimated. I mean, granted, it's had a free fall here, right back into a massive zone. But Intuit getting a nice little bump today. Coherent, ticker COHR. Seeing a nice little bump up. To the moon. Whirlpool getting slapped around. WHR, guys. Under a lot of pressure. Tandem diabetes or EM. Nice pullback. Man, look at this Novo Nordisk chart, guys. Gap down yesterday, another gap down today. I mean, wow. Wow, that is stunning. I mean, that's probably why the next quarter rev is just dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Man, we're trading back into 2021 levels where the company was doing about 5 billion in revenue. Now it's doing 11 to 12. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Failed breakout. Crypto continues to remain weak, guys. BTC really struggling here. Just cannot hold on to nothing. Getting a fat retrace of this bottoming tail. You're probably going to swipe this low, guys, looks like. Interestingly enough, Cypher did report as well. Stock is slightly up in the pre-market. Let's look at IREN. That one's still holding near yesterday's highs. Wolf. Yeah, Wolf had a decent day. Interestingly enough as well, MARA is trying to hold near the highs of this recent move, but still looking pretty weak. Amer Sports, ticker AS, under a lot of pressure this morning. HIMS is also seeing some sell side pressure, ticker HIMS, guys. Gapping down yet again. This one might get bought up, but what a nasty downtrend on HIMS. Look, I remember my short. I should have just held my short here. It's crazy. What else do we have going on? Will ABT fill the gap to 120? Let's take a peek at ABT. Yeah, I mean, Abbott Laboratories is certainly looking constructive. Bull flag breakout. Looks like it wants that gap. You know, you just got to make sure that you stay above this high here, which you are right now. I would say you can long this stock, and your stop loss would be a daily close back inside of this high pivot candle. That's your high volume gap down candle. So as long as you stay above this 114.10 zone, yeah, she's along at least into this gap fill, and arguably, I mean, even higher. I was probably going to try to hit this trend line somewhere. Hmm. You guys looking at anything else? When Nvidia's under a little bit of pressure today, the stock is seeing some sell side, and there might be some sell side pressure in Nvidia ahead of earnings de-risking, just depending on how the market feels. I'll get some more coffee real quick, guys. Just give me 2 secs. Feel free to put in any tickers that you guys are looking at. We can take a peek. Put them in the chat box. Right now, SPY, seeing a little bit of selling. Once again, the dollar is strong here, ladies and gents. Wow. IBIT is going up. What a candle, eh? It's AMD. So I mean AMD shot all the way up. It's 227-ish. 15% pop. Wow. Wild. So the big thing I'm watching, whether or not AMD gets faded, there's a strong chance they could sell this liquidity into NVIDIA earnings. Remember, we got NVIDIA earnings tomorrow after hours. Do have a few notable names after hours today. You got Meli, ticker MELI, Tempest AI, Zeta, NVTS, Kava, FSLR, Lucid, HPQ. So there's a few names, and then in the morning tomorrow we got Circle, Lowe's, ARX, RXTX. But I'm watching to see if the big if they hold their gains or not. Oh, bless me. Whoa. All right, let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Boom. Pretty big fade on AMD, guys. Pretty big fade on AMD to start. So far, Netflix is negative in the pre-market. Meta struggling, Tesla struggling, Google struggling, Nvidia was deeply negative, but it's firmed up. Microsoft slightly negative, Amazon slightly green. Oh, gents, we are open sesame. Bit of a gap up. Software remaining pretty weak here. Netflix remaining pretty weak, guys. Still seeing a little bit of selling, hitting the tape here. AMD getting liquidated. Netflix under pressure. Microsoft's under pressure. You got crude oil falling. Apple's your strong spot again in the market, but they are fading the tape here. Fading Microsoft, fading SPY, fading software, fading crude oil. Metals are getting faded. Crypto getting faded. Apple's your only green mag. QQQ now rolling over to the dark side. To the dark side of the moon. You got mags starting to roll pretty heavy here, guys. Mags are rolling heavy. AMD right back up, guys. AMD shooting. Shooter. AMD. Shooter. AMD. Netflix still struggling. Wow. Look at the Qs. Qs are not liking this price action. So we're losing that pre-market low, guys. SPY QQQ kind of performing the same way here. AMD still selling a little bit. Heavy. She rolling heavy. Microsoft and IGV guys are catching a bit of a buyer's bid here. Microsoft and IGV are trying to move up here. Getting IGV, trying to go green, guys. IGV and software pushing. SPY still remaining pretty weak. Software is catching a bid. You got Microsoft and IGV trying to put into some intraday bottoming tails. But the market's still super heavy. You got the dollar and crude also falling. That should be helpful for the main indices. But look at SPY. Wow, it's coming in hot and heavy here. Man, look at this market. Too heavy. Gnarly selling. Gnarly selling, guys. But Netflix, Microsoft, AMD still trying to hold. IGV holding. You got ServiceNow that's up 1.8%. Acting much, much better. Certain software stocks are catching a bid. You got GoDaddy, Trade Desk, Intuit. Okay, so software is trying to make a little bit of a move off the lows. AMD still up 7, Western Union, DocuSign, Boeing's green, Lululemon strong session. Nice. Bitcoin still remaining pretty weak. I'm 8% spike. Thank you for letting me know. IGV, guys, turning up the corner here. Interesting. Netflix trying to go green. Still got AMD sitting right on that EMA, daily chart EMA. It's catching a decent bounce right now. Microsoft making a nice push. Microsoft is trying to push here. You got Tesla green, Microsoft green, Google, Meta, Nvidia still struggling immensely. Nice push in software, guys. Big sticks in software. I repeat, big sticks in software. Big reversal in the Qs. She ripping. She getting rippy. Yep, pump it up. Pump it up. Look at IGV. Trying to get going. IGV now up 1.2% and pushing. AMD still trying. Interesting. Netflix is ripping, trying to. Microsoft trying to rip. Really good push, guys, in IGV software. Solid push. Look at the market ripping. Holy moly, guys. Software is pumping, Microsoft pumping, Netflix pumping, everything pumping. Everything is pumping. All right. Software ripping. We got green shoots across the board, guys. Software is one of your strong spots of the tape. Netflix pushing, Microsoft looking steady. How is Hims doing? Big push, guys. Big push. Seal coming into the tape here. We're looking rippy. Be careful, guys, because the markets have a tendency to give back their gains after. But we are looking a little bit decent here, guys. There's a little bit of resistance that we're approaching in here, but we're still looking a-okay. How's Palantir doing? PLTR. PLTR coming in. Sending a trading alert to the live group, so just be aware. Big sticks, big sticks. Netflix is still trying to pump to the high side. Nice. Software still pumping here, guys. Software big sticks. Damn, everything is looking strong as F today, guys. It's looking hella strong right now. There's a lot of green shoots starting to come into play here, guys. Oof, look at this market push. What a beast mode of a push, guys. Look at this tape. What a beast. Metals are trying to bounce. Natural gas still weak. Bitcoin's still struggling immensely here. Google's still struggling. Apple's a full bull. Holy, Apple's a machine right now. Damn, Apple's a beast. AMD getting faded a little bit. That's okay. Hmm. Still struggling. Nvidia's struggling. Still some weakness in the market, but software definitely getting a decent sized bid this morning. Hmm. Microsoft is still looking pretty strong here, guys. Very strong. Look at this market pumping and ripping. Damn, she bullish. She ripping today. She ripping today. Definitely going to be a little bit of resistance up here, guys. Hitting the tape here just a little bit. How do I think Trump's State of the Union speech will play out with the market? Well, I think he's going to give the market some reprieve. I think it'll be bullish, to be honest. Let's see where we want to pull into here. Market's still looking very strong here, guys. Very strong. AMD still seeing a little bit of fading of price. Yeah, I think all software, Palantir included, probably needs a bit of a reprieve, needs a little bit of a counter trend rally. But we still have CRM earnings, right? Just keep that in mind tomorrow, and then Nvidia. So things are not out of the woodworks yet. But yeah, I think that it's not a bad zone. That's for sure. Softening here, guys, just a little bit. Software taking a bit of a breather here. Markets are pulling back here. QQQ still above pre-market high, where SPY is getting rejected off of pre-market high for now. All right, we are seeing a little bit of selling hitting the tape again, guys. Big rejection so far. There's some data coming out very shortly, guys, in a couple minutes. Microsoft software, Qs, SPY, all getting faded here. Pretty hard profit taking. Pretty hard profit taking, that's for sure. No, it cannot hold any gains for now, right? And remember, we still have what you call it? Nvidia, right? So Nvidia and a whole bunch of software tomorrow. So there's still big events that could shake this market to the core. Yep, pretty nasty fade in the tape. Markets are flushing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we go. Seen a pretty hard down move yet again. Giving back. Lots of stocks trying to go back to the dark side. Jeez. Gnarly. It is gnarly. So a small spike in the US Dixie, guys. Small spike. AMD, guys, still holding around that 210 level. You got Microsoft and software trying to bounce yet again. Still got weakness in financials today. Wow, let's look at this JP Morgan. Wow, yeah, JP Morgan getting smoked again. Man, down 1.76%. That's crazy. Netflix getting hammered again. Software continuing to do a lot of backing and filling here, guys. Damn. Nvidia, Google, Meta still struggling. Apple ripping. Tesla showing some strength. These financials are really creating a drag on the S&P 500, guys. I repeat, financials are creating a massive drag on the S&P and major indices. Palantir right back down to the lows, down 2.76% on PLTR. That's pretty nasty. CRM still trying to make a bit of a push. Oracle's trying to hold steady. IGV backtesting 7750. JP Morgan, guys, still getting smoked here on JPM. So it looks like there's definitely more money in the NASDAQ today. JP Morgan trying to breathe a little bit of life into financials. You got crude oil guys selling off pretty sharply here. Crude is selling. Should be helpful for the markets. Silver still down 0.9, gold down 1.7. Surprisingly, silver is outperforming gold. Interesting. Very interesting. Man, you're still seeing a ton of weakness in Palantir. That's the second largest IGV weighting. That one does not want to firm up. Mm. Crude oil, guys, big sticks down on crude. Big sticks down are starting on crude. Maybe XOM and XLE's a fade. Let's see. Netflix still sucking. Guys, energy stocks might be a bit of a fade today as well. I'm looking at some put options on XOM with crude falling. It's still green, nat gas down. Interesting. XOM might be a short here, guys. Might be a short. Let's continue to watch these financials, guys. They are still bleeding, so no real bid yet in XLF. So what's going to catapult the S&P and Qs higher is this XLF catching a bid. For now, it still remains super weak, though. Very weak. It's crazy. Microsoft trying to push up a little bit again. IGV trying to push up a little bit more. AMD still holding value. You got a little bit more of a buying side pressure in IGV. All right, Palantir also getting a little bit of a bid here, so that's helping software. QQQ liking this price action. Big bounces. Back to pre-market high on the Qs. Let's see if we can push higher. QQQ is still very strong. IGV trying to push even higher. Yeah, that was very good. I did read that, Peter. That was very good. Financials are still remaining pretty heavy and weak. Uranium has firmed up quite nicely. Cipher mining still pushing. Beauty. All right, bit of selling hitting the tape again, guys. But hitting your Qs again, getting rejected off of pre-market high. Still holding up okay-ish. So they're trying to firm up a little bit. Just a little bit. HIMS is still getting slaughtered. HIMS. That's down. Bouncing off of the lows though. NVO, that's continuing to get dusted. So if financials can push here a little bit, it might help the indices, guys. It should help the indices, specifically SPY. Bank of Intel's green. Nvidia is still lagging. Ford having a good day for ticker F. IGV making another push here, ladies and gents. Microsoft trying to make a push. Here comes financials. UNH under a lot of downside pressure right now. Oh, how's Amazon doing? Let's take a peek. Yeah, Amazon's holding the 7-day really, really well, guys. You're buying UNH? Yeah, I was looking at that too. I was looking at that. It's been a tough trade. I mean, Trump is so anti-pharma healthcare stocks. It's wild. It is wild. How's crypto doing? BTC. Software is going to catch a bid. BTC is likely going to catch that bid too, guys. Yeah, BTC is trying here on the hourly chart. Firming up. Nice couple hourly candles building. So crypto stocks could be trying. Yeah, Mara is having a nice intraday move, trying to firm up. What about MSTR? MSTR, nice bottoming tail on the hourly chart. Big reversal. Financials are still trying to push. Same thing with software. Software trying to push. Second hood here. IGV, guys, still looking pretty strong. Software's still looking pretty strong right now. QQQ, uh-oh. A little bit of rejection there on the Qs. But SPY's coming up the back door. The rear with financials trying to push here. XLF looking a little bit better here, more constructive. IGV looks like it's going to give us another high of day push. Netflix is trying to firm up. You still have a strong Dixie, guys. That's really the only concern I have. Microsoft still trying to push to the top side. Come on, give us a new high a day. Financials are pushing, catching a nice bid. IGV up a couple percent now. Iron looking pretty solid. It's about friggin' time, IGV. Come on. You still got that gap fill. Let's go, IGV. Let's pump it. Let's pump it, guys. Come on, IGV. You got more in you. Tier's still trying to firm up here. It's still down. Putting a drag on software. So if Palantir can go green, IGV can really rip. Crude getting a bounce. Silver gold still weak. Palantir is trying to firm up as well. That should help IGV. Netflix catching another bid. Microsoft still trying. QQQ still looking solid. ServiceNow is ripping, guys. You got Unity Software firming up. Snapchat's green. Uranium, ticker UUU, flying. Cipher Mining, flying. GoDaddy, ripping. HYMC beastin', yeah. Yeah, it is. Come on, Microsoft. Microsoft's the next big boy. If Microsoft can frickin' get going here, guys, we should rip. Potential little inverted head and shoulders. We'll see if it wants to break out here. IGV, new high of day, baby. Let's go. Software's starting to rip. You got performance from CRM acting well, guys. Into it. Also, putting a little bit of confidence back into the sector, although it's well off of its highs. You got Oracle trying to push here for gap fill. Palantir Still a little bit weak, but trying to push across the software landscape. Let's go, full send. JP Morgan and financials are still struggling here, guys. So mega cap tech is the bright spot right now of the tape. Lots of gaps to the upside that need to be filled. Come on. IREN ripping, ServiceNow ripping. Come on, Microsoft, get your big butt up there. Again, I'm looking at this XLF because it is one of the weaker sectors of the market. So considering the market is holding somewhat steady today, if you get a big bid in financials, that'll help take things to the top side. Energy is also weak, healthcare weak. Interesting. Come on, Microsoft, get going. Tesla's ripping, guys. Meta, Google, Nvidia still struggling, although Nvidia is trying to go green. QQQ, new highs. Go, go, go. IGV still at the highs, chesting 79 bucks. Lots of green shoots everywhere, guys. It's looking like we're gonna get that continuation morning trend and then maybe an afternoon sell. Still lagging a touch today. Western Digital still taking a bit of a breather today. Financials making a big push here. XLF trying. AMD still up over 7%. IGV taking a bit of a breather. Microsoft continuing to lag a little bit intraday. Didn't really push up with the QQQ here. Financials are still acting very well. It's continuing to be weak here. That's supportive of the markets going higher. Looks like the Qs want the gap fill. Look at this market pushing. We ripping, baby. We ripping. Come on, Microsoft. Get your big ass up off the ground and rip it. QQQ, big fat sticks. We ripping, guys. We ripping high. We flying high. The Qs, what a rip. IGV new high of day. Netflix trying to push. You got Nvidia ripping, Apple still ripping, Google Meta. Wow, crude oil dropping like a rock, guys. Look at crude. Iran's there's news on Iran, guys, that they're trying to take necessary steps to make a deal with the US, guys. That's a very, very positive headline for the market. Bearish for energy, bearish for crude oil. I'm gonna look at maybe a short on this XOM down to this gap, 147, 148 puts. What are 147 puts? Let's see. 147 P's around 94 cents. Interesting. Crude is look at the push, guys. All right, guys, I just shorted 147 put XOM, 147 put XOM. Man, look at this. Sweet. Iran news hitting the tape. On Nvidia, bullish, bullish. If Nvidia comes anywhere close to its revenue expectations, 15% quarter over quarter growth for the largest company in the world is just mind-blowingly good. Mind-blowing. All right, guys. Again, I'm in these XOM puts, 147 Ps for end of the week. Come on, dump it. Crude oil is still looking a little bit fragile here. There's a bit of support on the hourly chart coming up, but we are looking somewhat heavy still. Come on, dump XOM and pump tech. 10% on our puts, guys. XOM. Come on, keep going, keep going. Beautiful selling in XOM, guys. Beautiful. Yep. I got in 0. Nice decline in energy, guys. Crude oil still softening up here. XOM melting. Beautiful to see. Come on. Pay us on the put side. Pay us on the put side. XOM melting, guys. XOM is melting. Let's go. Come on, XOM. Man, if this is a true announcement, guys, you got the dollar falling, you got crude oil falling, you got natural gas falling. Come on, XOM, melt it. De-escalation, guys, with Iran. Iran wanting to make a deal is the headline. It's crushing crude. Pump the market. The market should go technically higher off of this news. Microsoft still lagging. Software taking a bit of a breather here, guys. Come on, XOM. Keep melting it. Keep melting it. Your Dixie's falling off a cliff right now, guys. DXY coming in hot, man. Damn. Oof, Microsoft coming into pre-market high. Not a good sign. Software starting to lose a little bit of momentum here. Hey, welcome, welcome. All right, guys, XOM is still rolling over. So my plan for XOM, guys, is when we take out this low, prior day low, I'm hoping for a hard impulse move down. I'll look to take a bit of profits, all right? We're up about 23% on these puts. Let's get paid. Let's get paid. But we should have room to the downside for this. XOM's got a nasty little H pattern. Bear flag XLE is also starting to roll over a touch here. Come on. Fucking spread on XOM. They're filthy market makers, man. They just do not want to tighten up that spread, man. Come on. The bid and the ask are huge, man. What are you guys doing? Like, this is a blue chip. Come on. They're sneaky, man. They are sneaky, these market makers. Tell you that much, guys. They really, really. Microsoft losing a bit of momentum. Software coming in. Crude is bouncing off of hourly chart support. Come on, don't bounce it. Come on, H pattern. Roll over for energy. Just roll it heavy. Come on. Man, Microsoft sucks. Just cannot get, it just can't keep its gains right now. There are a lot of rumors out there that, oh, Microsoft business is no longer needed. It's going to be obsolete with Anthropic coming. Come on. Microsoft, what are you doing, Microsoft? Come on, XOM, dump it. Energy XLE still trying to hold steady here. Crude oil still a little bit weak. CVX is getting a bounce. That's what's helping XLE right now. QQQ still holding. Looking like Qs want that gap fill, guys. Qs want that gap fill. Iron still pushing. ServiceNow still pumping. IGV still looking pretty strong. Nuclear uranium is basically flat, but SMR, URA, UUU, OCLO, they're all seeing some nice buy-side candles. Cipher mining, that's just a beast. Absolute beast, man. Come on, XOM, just give us a quick and hard flush. Give us a quick and hard flush so I can take profits, man. Come on. You know you're gonna break down. That's a nasty H. But crude is trying to firm up here. Come on. What are we even sitting on? Sitting on nothing. Microsoft sitting right around that pre-market high. Microsoft trying to defend its pre-market high. Netflix is still trying to battle through a bit of resistance. Crude oil's bouncing a little bit. Hmm. Yeah, it does look like yes, there was a bit of capitulation. It does. We still have the final names reporting tomorrow, so we're not out of the woodwork yet, but I would say we're pretty close to the bottom in software. I'd say we're pretty close. Again, I don't full port my cash into just anything. You know, CRM comes out tomorrow. It could shake things up. It could certainly create some more chaos if they gap down, but I really don't know what they want to do with CRM tomorrow. And then obviously NVIDIA, we'll see what they say. Regarding the report, come on, XOM, just freaking melt it. You got that H pattern. You know you want to break down. I mean, you're so close. Here we go. Come on. Take it down. Next level down. Let's go. Send it to the basement, baby. Send energy to the basement. Microsoft trying to push off of its pre-market high level. IGV still looking constructive. Natural gas still down 1%. Silver trying to go green. Gold struggling immensely. If there is a de-escalation in Iran and US. Perhaps that's why gold is underperforming silver today. Come on, man. Nice push in Microsoft off of its pre-market high. Netflix just made a new high of day. IGV trying to push yet again. Crude oil is still trying to bounce intraday to 66 bucks. XOM trying to bounce a little bit. Netflix trying to make a big push intraday. QQQ going for PDH level. Qs are almost at that PDH, guys. GB taking a little bit of a breather here, guys. IGV starting to struggle a bit. XOM trying to bounce intraday. Crude oil taking another leg down. Should be helpful. So it does look like the Q still want that gap fill, guys, but you're seeing a little bit of profit taking hitting the tape. Still got weakness in Meta, weakness in financials. JP Morgan down 1.37%, but well off of its lows. XOM, what are you trying to do? XOM's trying to bounce here. Crude oil is still weak. Still coming in a little bit. DXY. IGV pulling back a little bit, guys. QQQ. Small top break sell side pressure. Microsoft is just pinned at its pre-market high. Netflix seeing a little bit of selling off the 77 handle. Dollar is still looking a little bit more fragile here. Dixie. IGV coming in a little bit, guys. Q still looks strong here, guys. SPY trying to push. Got the big bump up in financials. Interesting. AMD still holding above 210. Come on, XOM. How are you going to stay so firm? Dump it already. Dump it, XOM. Microsoft losing its momentum. Your dollar is catching a bit of a bid here. DXY. I feel like the Qs still want that gap fill up above. Find it hard pressed not to think it's going to get there. That being said, I don't know if they want to pull us back at all. But we are still bullish intraday. Crude oil still negative. Natural gas still negative. Come on, XOM. Dump it already. Nuclear uranium still pushing. Apple's just a beast, up 3%. Amazon's up 1. QQQ up 0.9. SPY up 0.7. What's the IWM? IWM up 0.8. Nice bounce. So M's trying to get a little bit of an uptick. Users seeing a little bit of selling. Meta's trying to firm up a little bit. Tesla's still acting very well. Netflix starting to lose a little bit of its momentum. Qs are starting to lose a little bit of momentum here, guys. Guys, we are up nicely on our XOMs. Oh, spread just blew out there for some reason. Oh, it's catching a bit of a bid. They are tightening up the spread now for XOM. I still think it's going to go down, but for some reason it's getting a little bit of a relief rally here. Very weird. Down 1.19%. Come on, don't you frickin' start trying to move off of the lows here. Bastard. Palantir's still struggling a little bit. That's coming in off of the highs. Oracle coming in. CRM coming in off the highs. Oracle still holding steady at the highs. Meta's almost green. Google's firming up. Tesla's still holding majority of its gains. Fucking XOM, what are you doing here? Don't be a little frickin' bullshitter, man. Netflix getting hammered on the 15-minute chart. Gold still down 1.46. Crude oil down 0.3. Tesla still up 1. How are high volume names doing today? That IBRX is just a beast. AMD still up 6.8. Steady, steady, steady. Come on, XOM. What are you doing? Crude oil is weak. Nat gas is weak. You should be falling. Nova Nordisk still down a couple percent. Time to take a 2-hour break. Yeah, it's setting up that way, right? All right, let's see if the Qs want to revisit the highs, guys. We should still make another high, but I don't know how long they want to chop us here. XOM tried making a move there, but still think we're going to get a big fall on energy. There's potential head and shoulders on the 20-minute chart, or it's actually more of an M-top formation on XLE. XLE coming in quite a bit sharper. Crude oil still remaining a little bit weaker. All right, nice down move again on XOM and XLE. XLE is starting to roll, guys. Take a look at this XLE 20-minute chart here. Nice little double top M-top formation. It is trying to break and crack to the downside. Potentially going to get our first hourly candle close below. We'll see what happens there. Come on. Go and test prior day low, XOM. Really not liking how the XOM contracts are moving lately, though. They've been doing weird shit to it. Wide spreads. Wide spreads. It's almost like the quotes are delayed, too. Very weird. What else do we have? STX, that's taking a bit of a breather. How is Micron doing? Micron's still holding steady, up 1.6. Western Digital, that's doing well. Give us the bear flag break, XOM. You're not that far away. Come on, man. QQQ, yet again another push. Topside push. Dollar still softening, guys. DXY softening. Sticks on the cues. Software getting another bid here, guys. Maybe Microsoft's going to try to break out today and head for that gap. Come on, Microsoft. Get your big butt off the ground. Microsoft needs like a 4 or 5% day, man. AMD still holding above 210. If AMD loses 209, I think it's a short back down to gap. Big push on your Qs. QQQ going for another new high of day push. She ripping. She ripping. Nvidia's green. Up 0.5% now on Nvidia. Acting very well. Microsoft trying to firm up yet again. Come on, Mr. Softy. Get going. Get going. Stop being so soft. Get micro hard. Dollar DXY curling down quickly. Gold might catch a bit of a relief rally here, guys. The dollar is falling pretty sharply right now. So it's a nice little grind on XOM. Come on, man. What are you guys doing with this? Fucking shenanigans in this energy trade. So IGV coming in a little bit. So we've now had 40 minutes of selling in software again. Profit taking hitting the tape. Guys still struggling here. BTC is looking a little bit better. That's firming up off the lows quite nicely. BTC potentially looks like it wants to go green today. Bitcoin. You got still strength in iron, Cypher. What else? Mara is struggling. So Qs are still just pinned here. Fucking energy, man. What are you doing, XOM? They're trying to push it right back to the highs, man. Are you serious? Some bullshit, man. Big push in your Qs. Energy also getting a big stick. Big stick in the Qs. Big stick. New high of day, baby. Big push, guys. Big push in the Qs here. Google's about to go green. Apple's still ripping. Nvidia ripping. Amazon ripping. Tesla taking a bit of a breather. Energy stocks are trying to push here. Fucking shenanigans. Software still struggling here. Dollar still falling off a cliff here, guys, coming into pre-market low levels for your DXY. Energy stocks are catching a nice bid here. QQQ seeing a little bit of selling. Microsoft losing momentum yet again, just cannot seem to hold much of its gains. IGV selling off over the last 50 minutes. Has accused of push higher, software has sold off. Still got Unity Software doing well, ServiceNow doing well, Palantir struggling. to the green side. Uh-oh. IGV trying to catch a little bit of a bid here off 78 bucks. QQQ still hasn't filled that 608 gap yet, guys, but they're doing a good old-fashioned slow grind. Slow grind. Interesting. Yeah, I've heard of Nightscope. I've heard of Nightscope. Last time I checked, the stock was just demolished. What's the ticker again? Let me see here. Nightscope is KSCP. Let's see it here. Yeah, it's trying to build a base. I mean, risky ahead of earnings here. Very risky. Its name's been absolutely beaten down, but I really haven't looked in the fundamentals too much, so just keep that aware. Yeah, there's quite a bit of earnings tomorrow, guys. It's going to be interesting, right? The final hoorah. Nvidia, software. Software should bottom tomorrow. Looks like it's going to make another push here, guys. QQQ looking pretty solid again. Microsoft sitting right on its pre-market high. Netflix bouncing off its pre-market high. Dollar DXY 97.75 curling to the downside pretty quickly, losing pre-market low. Gold still down 1.6, silver down half, nat gas down 1.1, crude oil slightly negative, getting rejected off of pre-market low and prior day low. Come on, tech. Get your big ass up there. We are at a nice little resistance zone on SPY. It's your point of control. Sorry, it's your VWAP a couple weeks back, so there is some resistance there. Your nice little rejection so far. IGV coming in hard. This is fucking ridiculous. All right, your DXY guys is trying to bounce off its pre-market low, getting defended here. QQQ still seeing a little bit of selling. So we're looking a little bit vulnerable here, guys. Just a little bit. IGV coming in again. Software is still getting hit pretty hard here, guys. Microsoft starting to lose momentum again. IGV curling down. QQQ softening quite a bit here. Nice bounce on Unity software today. Iron continuing. Energy's trying to firm up again. Ah, these fucking XLE energy stocks, they just don't want to go down much, eh? May have to cut this. They're wanting me to cut these XOM puts, eh? Here, guys, we're still seeing the Qs holding steady here. IGV still has had a nice pullback, so we'll see if it wants to push back to the highs. Microsoft's still kind of lagging, considering how oversold it is. Um, Only up 0.4. Google's still lagging. Meta's still lagging a little bit. Crazy performance in Apple, although it has pulled back from its highs as well. Energy is still trying to hold steady here, even though crude oil keeps getting rejected off its pre-market low. Nat gas is negative, dollar soft, still buying up these XLE XOMs. But this still could be a bit of a bearish wedge formation. We just haven't had the directional break just yet. Microsoft's trying to firm up again. All right, guys, I'm going to take a break here. Still going to manage these trades. If anything crazy happens, I'll jump back on. I'm actually going to have to close the YouTube stream. I'll keep the Telegram stream going though, guys.